Hello friends, welcome back to Formfully. In this video, we are covering Windows 10 25 MCQs. The topics the MCQ have are creating and configuring a VHD, managing storage with PowerShell, managing partition with disk management, connecting to a network and configuring network locations, and configuring and supporting network settings. So let's get started with the first MCQ. Where can you modify settings for inbound and outbound rules used for Windows Firewall? Windows Firewall with advanced security. It's not possible to modify any inbound or outbound rules. Control panel, Windows Firewall. The correct option is Windows Firewall with advanced security. Next question. A user sends you a troubleshooting ticket and needs help installing a local printer. Which remote management option is the best one to use in this scenario? Options are Microsoft Management Console, Remote Desktop, Remote PowerShell, Remote Assistance. The best remote management option for troubleshooting and assisting with the installation of local printer is Remote Assistance. It allows you to view the user's desktop and interact with their system to provide real-time assistance. So option 4 is correct. You have created your own internal apps but have discovered side loading isn't an effective way to distribute them across your enterprise. You want to make the apps available in a private store, a store that only your employees can access. You should publish them to Windows Store for business. Statement is true or false, and the correct option is true. If you want to make your internal apps available in a private store accessible only to your employees, you should publish them to the Microsoft Store for business. Next question. Before you can use Remote Assistance, you must install the Remote Assistance app. This statement is true or false? The correct option is false. Moving to the next question. What part of infrastructure is required to enable a Windows 10 computer to join a domain using direct access? Options are AD domain, network location server, public key infrastructure. All of these answer. The correct option is D, as all these components like AD domain, network location server, public key infrastructure can be involved in the setup and functionality. So correct option is 4th. You want to use a remote management tools in a PowerShell session, you need to open an elevated command prompt and run the winrm quick config command to set up that functionality. Options are true or false, and the correct option is true. Moving to the next question. You want to create a VPN profile for your user who need to connect to your network. You want to make sure they always connect using the VPN you provide. Which type of profile you would create? Options are authentication exemption, server to server, isolation, tunnel, and the correct option is server to server. Next question. Before embarking on an in-depth troubleshooting session, when a network connectivity issue arises, what common error or errors should you check for? Options are airplane mode is disabled, a network cable is broken, or router is offline, Wi-Fi is disabled. All of these answer. The correct option is D. Next question. Before you can use Remote Assistance, you must install the Remote Assistance app. The statement is true or false, and the correct option is false. You connect to a network and make your computer discoverable on it. Which profile is applied? Options are domain, guest, public, private, and the correct option is private. Which offers the option to connect or disconnect from a network? Options are click start, then settings, network and internet, then status, then show available network. Option B, click the network icon on the taskbar. Option C, right click an active network adapter in the network connections window. Option D, all of these answers. The correct option is option D. Moving to next question. DNS resolves dash to dash so that users don't have to type in long IP addresses to access websites and local computers. Options are IP addresses to host names. Option B, host names to IP addresses. Option C, IP addresses to NetBIOS names. Option D, DNS names to IP addresses. And the correct option is host names to IP addresses. Next question. You have a computer system that you let 4 users access. 2 of those users never seem to delete anything and their data is filling up the hard drive. You want to limit how much space they can use. What's the easiest way to do this? Options are enable quota management, deny more disk space if they go over their limit, apply disk quotas, all of this answer. And the correct option is all of the above. Next question. Which command can you run at a command prompt to explore terms like IP address, DHCP, gateway, subnet mask, IPv4, IPv6, and so on, as well as detailed information like when a DHCP address was obtained and the name of the DHCP server? Options are ipconfig /all, ipconfig all of this answer, and the correct option is ipconfig space /all. You want to create a VPN profile for your user who need to connect to your network. You want to make sure they always connect using the VPN you provide. Which type of profile should you create? Options are always on, lockdown, app triggered, traffic. The correct option is lockdown. Next question. You want to create a storage space that offers redundancy. What is the least number of disks you need to create this? Options are 5, 1, 3, or the correct option is 2. Moving to the next question. You want to allow your users to write to removable user drives, but you want those drives to be secure. What should you enable in a group policy? Options are all removable storage classes, deny all access. Deny write access to removable drives not protected by BitLocker. Removable disk, deny write access. All of these answer. And the correct option is deny write access to removable drives not protected by BitLocker. You are using disk management and you want to initialize a new virtual hard disk you created using PowerShell, but you don't see the disk in the disk management window. What must you do to make that new disk appear? Options are you need to recreate the disk in disk management. Right click the empty disk icon on the left and click initialize. You can't do that in the disk management. You have to use the Hyper-V manager. Choose the command attach VHD and browse to the disk. The correct option is you choose the command attach VHD and browse the disk. Next question. Before you can work with disk in PowerShell session, you must first discover the number associated with the disk you want to configure. Which command offers that information? Options are set disk, get disk, -disk number, initialize -disk. The correct option is get disk. Next question. You want to create a virtual hard disk and ultimately a virtual machine that runs Windows 7. You should create a VHD when you create the disk and not VHDX. The statement is true or false, and the statement is true. Moving to the next question. You want to do a system-wide reset of permission you have applied to the folders on your computer. You also want to perform the command on all files in the stated directory as well as continue the operation despite errors. The command to do this is icacls */reset /t /c and /q. The statement is true or false. The statement is true. Moving to the next question. You run a small business and the computers are installed with the Windows 10 Professional. Your users are accessing the Windows stores and downloading games and applications. You want to deny access to the store. How do you do this? Options are uninstall the store from control panels, add remove program links. Option B, uninstall the store app. Option C, you can't disable the store in Windows 10 Professional. Option D, enable the group policy that turns off access to the stores. And the correct option is you can't disable the store in Windows 10 Professional. Moving to the next question. You can create shared folders using File Explorer and or the shared folder snapping. The statement is true or false, and the statement is false. Moving to the next question. Your company wants to create an app for internal use only. What is the best option for creating and distributing that app? Options are pass the Microsoft certification process and make the app publicly available in the Windows Store. Use App Locker to manage the app. Sideload the app. Add the app to a new Windows image and distribute that image to all your workstation. And the correct option is sideload the app. Moving to the next question. You want to disable Windows Media Player on a local computer that you use in your small business. How can you do this using the least amount of administrative efforts? Options are: uninstall Windows Media Player from control panels, add or remove program list, deselect Windows Media Player in a Windows feature dialog box in a control panel. Option C, configure the applicable local group policy. None of the above. Windows Media Player can't be disabled or uninstalled. And the correct option is deselect Windows Media Player in a Windows feature dialog box in a control panel. If you find this video valuable, please do like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.